Hello guys, this is your health and life coach Paris Costandino, and today I would love to talk to all of you about one of the most important factors and subjects in the field of natural holistic medicine, and that is emotional traumas. Emotional traumas is most definitely one of the most important, if not the most important factor and underlying cause of all psychosomatic illnesses, of all psychosomatic symptoms and chronic disease. So, what about it? Emotional traumas. The greatest scientist of all times, the man whom I personally consider one of the greatest scientists of all times, Dr. Wilhelm Reich, made huge monumental discoveries in regard to emotional traumas, and he called the sum total of our emotional traumas that we all carry in our bodies, he called it muscular and characterological armoring. So these are some monumental discoveries by one of the greatest scientists of all times in the history of mankind. Another great medical doctor, Dr. Rick Gerhammer, he discovered the emotional causes of all forms of cancer and of all forms of somatic physical disease, and he called these discoveries that he made German New Medicine. Again, German New Medicine, wonderful medical doctor, Dr. Rick Gerhammer. Another great psychiatrist, a Greek psychiatrist, mind you this time, Dr. Athanasios Kafkalidis, a doctor that lived in Egypt. He made great discoveries in regard to emotional traumas at the period we are all in our mother's wombs, at the period of gestation that we're in our mother wombs. And he called these discoveries the acceptive and rejective womb. A wonderful psychiatrist that made wonderful discoveries in regard to the origin and the core of the emotional traumas that we all carry, of our emotional pathology, human pathology. So these three medical doctors, they made wonderful discoveries, and there is also other scientific research studies from CDC control of the United States of America and Kaiser Permanente called ACEs, Adverse Childhood Events. And the ACEs proved beyond any doubt that emotional traumas play a huge role in the future formation of our chronic degenerative disease, autoimmune disorders, chronic health issues, and our psychosomatic symptoms, psychosomatic issues. So these four sources of scientific research studies and scientific proof are some of the best sources of scientific proof again for the existence and the hugely important role that emotional traumas are playing in the formation of our personal lives and in the formation of our personal psychosomatic health. So there are many wonderful, this is a short reference in regard to emotional traumas today, and I will also mention very shortly some of the best ways to use to start healing your emotional traumas. Mind you, we all have to assume our personal responsibility to take massive action towards the treatment of our emotional traumas if we want to have better states of psychosomatic health, or if we're dealing and facing a chronic health issue and we want to get rid of it. So one of the best methods to get rid of your emotional traumas is a method invented by a medical doctor, English medical doctor that lived in England at the beginning of the 1930s, Dr. Edward Bach. Dr. Edward Bach. He invented the so-called Bach flower remedies, and you can use the Bach flower remedies to treat some of your emotional traumas. You can find an expert in Bach flower remedies in your area, in your city, in the country you're living, and give it a try. Okay? Another great healing method, a great healing approach to heal some of your emotional traumas is homeopathy. That's right. Homeopathy can most definitely heal a lot of our emotional traumas. So again, search in your area, find yourself a good homeopath, a medical doctor that specializes in homeopathy, or a good naturopath, a great naturopath, a very good naturopath will most probably be an expert in both homeopathy and backflower remedies. So find yourself your favorite naturopath and use him or her. So another great method, the greatest healing approach, the greatest healing method in the whole world to heal your emotional traumas, all of them or most of them, is a method invented by the late Dr. Wilhelm Reich, a method called medical orgone therapy. Again, psychiatric orgone therapy or medical orgone therapy. And there are very few medical doctors in the world that are practicing this method. So if you have the money and you're financially in the place to go for medical orgone therapy, I would strongly and powerfully recommend it. You can find a medical doctor either in your country if you have any, or find yourself a medical doctor. There are some in Greece, and I will mention them in the future, but medical orgone therapy is a fantastic thing that one could do to heal his or her emotional traumas, what we call armoring. So there are many methods, and especially in the field of nutritional medicine, therapeutic nutrition, clinical nutrition. So let me mention some examples. One of the fathers of the School of Orthomolecular Medicine, Dr. Abraham Hofer, proved with studies that he conducted that mega doses of vitamin B3, again, mega dosages of vitamin B3 can most definitely help heal chronic depression. Another great example is the mega doses of fish oils. If one uses mega doses of fish oils, EPA and DHA, one can most definitely help treat depression quite effectively, and there are scientific research studies supporting the wonderful effects that fish oils can have for many different diverse health issues. Another great example will be fasting with water. Water fast, or a long period of water fasting, can most definitely help heal emotional traumas, emotional issues. In the ex-Soviet Union, there was a wonderful psychiatrist, Dr. Yuri Nikolaev. He died now, he passed out. But Dr. Yuri Nikolaev used water fasting, long periods of water fast, to help treat schizophrenic patients very effectively. So there are still some medical centers, some water fast sanatoriums and water fast medical centers. One of it is in Siberia, is still functioning, is still working with a team of medical doctors. Another one is in the United States, and I'm going to be mentioning to all of you about these centers if anybody is interested in using water fast, either for the effective treatment of a chronic health issue, or either for the improvement of an emotional trauma, the improvement of a chronic emotional issue. So this is Paris Constantino again, your health and life coach, making a short reference today to the causes of emotional traumas and some simple, highly accessible healing approaches and methods to start healing your emotional traumas, start healing your emotional traumas effectively. And I'm wishing you all from the bottom of my heart to have the very best day ever. May God bless you all. Bye.